Kelly Vierick in the sheep. We have Kristen Bow in the hogs. We will have Mara Booty in the dairy. And we have Emily Schultz in the beef. And actually, Kelly won the very first year we had the contest here, so she's familiar with it. And I believe Emily was in one of my top spots in 2016. So we actually have two former winners that came back to pay it forward and judge the contest for us this evening. So we appreciate that as well. We're just waiting on one more steer. We're almost ready here. Each group, you will have 15 minutes. We will call time in. The judge has 15 minutes. We will give you a 5-minute warning, and then you start tabulating. And when we tell you to switch, we're going to move the hog people down to the cattle and then switch on accordingly. So I think we got everybody in the ring. We're going to call time in, judges and contestants. Time is in. You have 15 minutes.
Good evening and welcome to Supreme Showmanship. We'd like to introduce you to our judges this evening. I will start with a dairy ring here. I'd like you to introduce you to Miss Mara Booty. She comes from Fox Lake and she farms with her boyfriend Frank Bailing. They go ahead and operate Wild Weed Dairy where they have Holsteins and Jerseys, and she is currently the director of communications for the Wisconsin State Holstein Association. She's been there for about 2 years, and previously she was with Sassy Cow over by Columbus, where she was their sales and marketing person, and she was also the retail store manager. Mara has showed Holsteins and Jerseys successfully at the Wisconsin Regional and State Shows, the World Dairy Expo, Walworth and Dodge County in the open class dairy category, and also in the Futurity Show. For Mara, showmanship means the accumulation of hard work and dedication. Thank you so much, Mara, for coming this evening and going ahead and placing our dairy exhibitors.
Our next judge is our beef judge, Emily Schultz. She currently lives in Manhattan, Kansas. Her hometown is Iron Ridge, Wisconsin. She attended Blackhawk College in Illinois, and she currently goes to Kansas State University in Kansas. She works at Bar Star Cattle in Montana, as well as Youth Pulled Herefords in Oakfield, Wisconsin. Her past showing experience is she's shown cattle for the past 11 years at multiple national shows, including Hereford Junior Nationals and World Beef Expo. In 2019, she won the Reserve National Champion Meat Animal Evaluation Team at Kansas State. She also was the 2016 Dodge County Supreme Showmanship winner. What showmanship means to her, she thinks showmanship is the most important aspect of showing. A good showman can make an average animal look great, and an average showman can make a good animal look mediocre. Thank you again, Emily, for judging our beef.
would also like to introduce you. It is my pleasure to introduce Kelly Varick from Lubbock, Texas. She is formerly from Juneau, Wisconsin. She was actively involved in 4-H and FFA while growing up, showing sheep and swine and participating in livestock and meats judging, where she was a member of 5 state champion teams. And to continue her involvement, Kelly continued her education at Oklahoma State University, where she was the member of the 2014 Reserve National Champion Livestock Judging Team, a senior college All-American selection, and a member of the 2015 National Champion Meat Animal Evaluation Team. She then pursued a master's degree in meat science at K-State University and is currently completing her PhD at Texas Tech University in meat science and will graduate this spring. Kelly, along with her family, currently own and operate Rose Hill South Downs in Juneau. And what does showmanship mean to Kelly? It's another chance to improve how my animals are trained and exhibited in a way for me to improve my skills. Thank you again to Kelly Varick, and she was also our very first Supreme Showmanship winner when we first started. Thank you. Give her a warm welcome. And our last judge for this evening we'd like to introduce you to is Kristen Bowe. She is currently in Ottawa, Illinois, and her husband, Mark Bowe, have 2 children, Braxton, who's 5, and Brynley, who's 3. And her childhood home was Juneau, Wisconsin, and she was also on the livestock and meats judging teams here in Dodge County when she was growing up. Her education, she graduated from Iowa State University with an animal science degree. Currently, her and her husband are the owner and operator of La Pryor Farms. They sell beef and pork into Chicago. They run 90 Angus and Fleckvieh commercial cows and 50 Duroc Hamp sows. And they also have a grain farm. They are very active in 4-H and FFA livestock and meats judging teams. And she went on to Iowa State to be on their livestock and meats judging and evaluation teams in the past. Kristen and her husband, Mark, have exhibited Duroc and Hampshire breeding stock at NSR exhibitions. She also had the Reserve Junior Division Duroc boar at the Indiana State Fair and champion ham gilt at the Wisconsin State Fair. And Kristen was asked, what does showmanship mean to you? And she said it means dedication, passion, and hard work. Let's give a warm welcome, again, welcoming up Kristen Bowe back to Dodge County. Thank you, Kristen.
Just because the judges are placing them in a certain order, that doesn't necessarily mean how they've placed them. They could just be pulling them in to see how they handle themselves, and they score the points accordingly. So just because they're lined up a certain way doesn't mean that's how they're being scored exactly. And one thing that is really important tonight is that we thank all of our sponsors that make this program possible. We're giving out nearly $10,000 in cash and prizes to these 32 fine young individuals this evening, which certainly have earned it. So at this time, I would like to ask our sponsors, if you're here, to stand so we can give you some credit and recognition for supporting such a great program. First and foremost, Kim and Gary Alfig, if you're here, if you could stand, we really appreciate. These folks have supported us tremendously, and we truly appreciate all that they do for this program. Computer Financial, if anybody's here from them, thank them if you see them. They're another big supporter from the get-go. Tractor Supply of Watertown. If anybody's here, I think Tim was maybe coming this evening, but they are a huge sponsor of Dodge County 4-H, and we thank them. Culver's in Beaver Dam not only supports this program, but they have given us prizes to give throughout the entire fair. They are a huge supporter as well, so if anybody from Culver's in Beaver Dam is here, please stand to be recognized. Alta Genetics in Watertown. I know, Amanda, you're here if you want to stand and take a thank you for Alta Genetics in Watertown. They're always a generous contributor as well. The Keel family from Juneau, if they're here, we thank them. They've always been a supporter from the start. United Cooperative of Beaver Dam, we couldn't do it without you either. We thank you for your generous contribution. Mary Pat Boschert family, we thank you. Rose Hill South Downs, they've always been a good supporter. Doman Livestock Trucking, Richard Doman family, I know they're down here in the corner, thank you. The Wolcomer family, thank you. NASCO of Fort Atkinson, we thank you. Jan Phillips, who not only donates and supports this program, but she works countless hours fast down here with Megan Gunther and doing all our tabulating so we can make the awards presentation. So we thank you, Jan. And Waupun FFA, we thank you as well. So let's give all those contributors a big round of applause because we wouldn't make this possible without them. 5 minutes remaining, so judges, please start recording your scores. Once you're complete, let your contestants know so they can be at ease and we'll begin the switch, but you have 5 minutes remaining. Pig people, I believe, are done. Kristen, you're good to go with your scores? So pig people, if you can let your hogs rest so we can make the swap, help transition. Each time we switch groups, we put a fresh set of hogs in because hogs are probably the least tolerant to all this evening. They get grouchy a little bit fast and like to go to the outside, so we always put a fresh set of hogs out for each rotation. So parents and leaders involved, let's switch those hogs out. Remember to leave your show supplies at the gate entrance so that the next person going to show the pigs has that equipment. And then you can start making your way down to the beef and wait for them to be complete.
Our first participant tonight qualified in sheep. Briella Bloom is 15 years old from Watertown. Her parents are Scott and Renelle Bloom. She's part of the River Oaks 4-H Club and has been in the project for 5 years. A couple of accomplishments that she has is growing her own flock at her house and making the sale with her sheep every year. She would like to thank her brother and her parents, and they have motivated her to be the best she can. She would hope to go to college and become a nutritionist, and what species she's least confident in showing is beef because they are big and skittish. Thank you, Brielle, for participating in this this contest tonight.
Congratulations this evening to Alexa Manthe. Alexa is 18 years old. She is from Iron Ridge. Her parents are Chad Manthe and Jamie Field. Alexa is the member of the Dodgeland FFA, and she's been in the Beef Project for 9 years. One or two accomplishments that she is very proud of is winning overall Beef Showman, winning Grand Champion Commercial Beef Female. And who would she like to help for her project? I would like to thank my dad, Chad, and his fiancée, Valerie. Without them, I wouldn't have gotten where I am today. In her college or career goals is I am attending Moraine Park Technical College to study respiratory therapy. And when asked, what are you least confident in showing tonight? And she said sheep, because it's the only species that I have not shown at the fair. Congratulations and good luck to you tonight, Alexa. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Our next exhibitor is Ethan Moss, who qualified in swine. He's from Neosho, and his parents are Darren and Deborah. He's part of the Hustisford FFA, and he's been in the swine project for 6 years. He won Grand Champion overall Pig Showman that he is very proud of last night. He would like to thank his sister Michaela and his dad for helping him in the project. He's unsure of his career or college goals yet, and the species he's least confident in showing is beef. Everybody please welcome Ethan Moss.
All right, time is up. We're making the rotation, so just bear with us a minute. Sheep kids, you can go ahead and enter into the pigs. Remember to grab your equipment and locate it along the wall that you need to show. Beef and dairy and sheep, you can go ahead and start your rotation. Time is in for you. Pig kids, as soon as everybody gets settled, Kristen, then time is in. All right, time is in for everybody.
Let me introduce you to our next member, Abby Gabalitis. She is here with as a sheep participant. Abby is 16 years old and she's from Beaver Dam. Her parents are Mike and Tammy Gabalitis, and she's from the Highland Prairie 4-H Club. She's been in the sheep project for 7 years, and when asked what one of her biggest accomplishments was with her project is that she took Grand Champion Market Lamb this year. And she would like to thank Rod Anderson for getting me started in my sheep career. For her career goals is that she wants to go to college for marine biology. And when asked, Gabby said, what is she least confident in showing this evening? And she said beef. Give a warm round of applause to Abby Gabalitis in the sheep project.
Our next beef participant is Tegan Weideman. He's 19 years old from Columbus. His parents are Tori and Lori. He's part of the Columbus FFA, and he's been part of the beef project for 7 years. Some of his accomplishments is he took reserve Grand Champion steer this year, and he took reserve Grand Champion steer with the same steer at Lodi Ag Fair. He would like to thank Jeff Lukey for teaching him, his parents for pushing him to work hard, and John Murphy for teaching him to be a perfectionist. His career goal is to raise show cattle. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be pigs. Everybody welcome Tegan Weideman.
Let me introduce you to our next participant, Ian Spoke. Ian's qualified in the beef area this year. He is 13 years old. His hometown is Waterloo. His parents are Jeff and Jenny Spoke, and Ian belongs to the Portland Boosters. He's been in the beef project for 4 years. When asked, Ian said a couple of accomplishments that he was very proud of is overall and Grand Champion Dairy Beef Feeder Calf, Grand Champion Dairy Beef Market Steer, and he would like to thank his parents for supporting him in all his endeavors. When asked about his career or college goals, that he would like to study dairy science, and also when asked of Ian what species was he least confident in showing this evening, he said sheep. Let's give a warm round of congratulations for Ian Spoke in the beef project this evening.
Our next participant is Catherine Witzel, who qualified in swine. She's 15 years old from Columbus. Her parents are Mark and Marie Witzel. She's part of the Columbus FFA and Astico Perseverance. She's been part of the project for 7 years. A couple of accomplishments are raising a great pig and reserve champion intermediate showman. She would like to thank her sister for walking her hog when she couldn't. Some of her career goals are to go to UW River Falls and major in animal science with an equine emphasis. Which species is she least confident in showing? And she said beef. Everyone welcome Catherine Witzel.
Our next member we'd like to to introduce you to is Ariana Hildebrandt. Ariana shows dairy. She is 15 years old and her hometown is Hustisford. Ariana's parents are Jared and Tiffany Hildebrandt, and she belongs to the Hustisford FFA. She's been active in the Dairy Project for 6 years. One or two accomplishments that she's extremely proud of is that she won Reserve Champion Cow, Grand Champion Cow, and Supreme Champion Cow the last 2 years at the county fair. I'm also proud that I placed in the top 4 of my showmanship class this year so I could participate in the Supreme Showmanship contest. When asked, she said that she would like to thank her 2 cousins, Brett and Ty Hildebrandt, my great-uncle Roger Hildebrandt, and my grandpa Alvin Hildebrandt. I'd like to give a huge thank you to my mom and dad for all the support, guidance, and love that they give me. And when asked about her career goals, she said, I'm not sure what I want to go for, but my possibilities are endless. I do know that I want to attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison and become a Badger. And what are you least confident in showing, she said tonight, and it'd be beef. Let's give a warm round of applause for Ariana Hildebrandt and the Dairy Project this evening.
Our next participant is Robert Wook, who qualified in beef. He's 20 years old from Burnett. His parents are Randy and Rose, and he's part of the Burnett 4-H and Waupun FFA. He's been part of the Beef Project for 9 years. Some of his accomplishments are owning a herd of registered Simmentals and showing 2 species for a long time. He would like to thank his family, especially his dad, sister, and mom, for always helping him after all these years. Some of his college or career goals are going into his 2nd year at the Fox Valley Tech for ag business and agronomy. He's currently an intern for United Cooperative. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be sheep, because they are too small. Everybody welcome Robert.
We would also like to thank again our 2019 Supreme Showmanship sponsors this year, Gary and Kim Yulefig from Janelle, Illinois, Alfig, Culvers of Beaver Dam, United Cooperative of Beaver Dam, Doman Livestock Trucking, Becky Doman of Watertown, NASCO from Fort Atkinson, the Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee, Compeer Financial from Beaver Dam, Alta Genetics, Watertown, Mary Pat Boschert, Beaver Dam, the Richard Doman family from Watertown, Jan Phillips from Hustisford, Tractor Supply from Watertown, Wisconsin, the Stephen Lori Keel family from Juneau, Rose Hill South Downs, the Stephen Don Varick family of Juneau, the Wookmere family of Sun Prairie, and the Waupun FFA from Waupun. We would like to thank you all so much for your generous support year after year to make this program possible. Now let's go on with some more of our biographies.
Our next participant qualified in beef, Alan Lester, is 14 years old. He's from Portland, and his parents are Brian and Heather. He's part of the Portland Boosters, and he's been part of the Beef Project for 7 years. Some of his accomplishments are winning Grand Champion Junior Bull 2 years in a row, as well as winning Junior Showmanship and making it to Supreme Showmanship. He would like to thank his parents for always supporting and encouraging him in all of his projects. Some of his college or career goals is he'd like to do an apprenticeship program and be an operator engineer. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be sheep. Everybody welcome Alan Lester.
We're nearing the 5-minute mark, judges. 5-minute mark. Swine, are you complete? Swine, if you're complete, let's do the rotation of the hogs. Swine exhibitors help get them out of the ring so we can get the next set in. And remember to leave your show equipment along the wall. And once you get the hogs transition, make your way down to the beef and wait down here.
Another participant we would like to introduce you to this evening, and congratulations go to Maria Meyer, who qualified in sheep this evening. Maria is 13 years old, and she's from Watertown. Her parents are Bill and Kathy Meyer, and Maria is a member of the Richwood Rangers 4-H Club. She has been in the sheep project for 4 years. When asked, Maria said one or two accomplishments that she's extremely proud of is I made it into Supreme Showmanship my first chance I got. My lamb made it into the championship drive also. When asked who Maria would like to thank, she said, my father helped me almost every day this summer working with my lambs. Some career goals that she has is that she hopes to have a career with animals, but not a vet. I always wanted a horse, and that is my big goal. When asked, Maria said what was she least confident in showing this evening, she said, I am terrified to show a beef steer. They are huge and I am small. Congratulations and a warm round of applause to Maria Meyer for going ahead and qualifying in the sheep area this evening.
Our next participant is Tianda Hildebrandt, who qualified in dairy. She's 14 years old from Hustisford. Her parents are Jared and Tiffany. She's part of the Hustisford FFA, and she's been part of the dairy project for 5 years. Some accomplishments is she's proud of winning showmanship when she was in 4th grade, and she's much more comfortable walking cows now that she's older and knows what she's doing. She would like to thank her dad, her great-uncle Roger, grandpa, cousins Ty and Brett for letting her show their animals. I'd like to thank Brett for helping her learn some tips for showing dairy, also for helping get the animals ready. She'd like to be a small animal vet or a pharmaceutical research specialist or even work with animals in any way. What species is she least confident in showing? And that would be beef. Everybody give a warm round of applause for Tianda Hildebrandt.
I'd like to next welcome you to Samantha Pitterly. Samantha qualified in dairy this year. She is 17 years old and she is from Watertown. Her parents are Mark and Val Pitterly, and she belongs to the Oak Grove Owls, and she has had 9 years in the dairy project. When asked, Samantha said a couple of her accomplishments that she's extremely proud of is winning Supreme Dairy Showperson in 2018 at the Dodge County Fair, winning All-American with my 2-year-old Jersey. And she would like to thank everyone who has helped me along the way, but especially Linda Bailing and Mandy Sell. Some of Samantha's career goals is after high school, she wants to attend MATC for 2 years and then transfer to Milwaukee to study radiology. When asked, Samantha said that she is least confident in showing pigs tonight because they never listen. Give Samantha Pitterly a warm welcome for representing the dairy this evening.
Testing 1, 2. All right, we're nearing the end of this rotation. We're just waiting for some final scores from dairy. So as soon as we get wrapped up here in dairy, we're going to make the next rotation. All right, dairy is complete. So those of you who were on beef, you can enter the ring and we'll make your transition with your dairy animal. Go ahead.
participant is Owen Nye, who qualified in swine. He's 14 years old from Ashapen, and his parents are Tim and Kristen. He has been a part of the swine project for 4 years. He is proud of himself because this was the first year raising pigs by himself and putting his pigs' diet together with a little help. He would like to thank his cousin Kyle for always giving him an answer for anything he asked about pigs. What are some of his career goals? When he gets older, he is going to take over his dad's dairy farm. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be steers, because they're pretty big and he's pretty small. Everybody give a warm round of applause for Owen.
I'd like to introduce you next to our sheep participant, Brianna Preskar. She is 17 years old and she's from Juneau. Her parents are Ron and Michelle Preskar, and she is a member of the Lakeside Lutheran FFA. She has been in the sheep project for 3 years. When asked, Brianna, what are 1 or 2 accomplishments that you're extremely proud of? One is placing with the first blue 2 years in a row and receiving 3rd place in showmanship. And this is my 3rd year into showing. She would like to thank her parents, the Voigt family, the Roy family, and Sean O'Donovan. Some of Brianna's college and career goals are looking into a college at UW-Oshkosh to major in psychology. And one asked, Brianna said, what species are you least confident in showing this evening? Is beef, because they're 10 times my weight. Let's give Brianna Preskar a warm welcome for qualifying tonight in sheep.
All right, judges, time is in. Time is in.
Our next participant qualified in dairy. Kylie Nichols is 18 years old. She's from Watertown, Wisconsin, and her parents are Tom and Penny. She is part of the Dodge County Junior Holsteins, and she has been a part of the dairy project for 10 years. Some of her accomplishments are winning Supreme Dairy Showman at the Wisconsin State Fair this past year and Supreme Dairy Showman at the Dodge County Fair. She would like to thank her parents for always picking up her slack when she is gone at other shows. She would hope to have an occupation in dairy industry and will be a freshman at UW-Madison. Which species is she least confident in showing? And that would be sheep, because they don't have halters. Everybody welcome Kylie Nichols.
I'd like to introduce you to our next participant, Miss Emma Paulson. She qualified in the dairy project this evening. She is 15 years old and her hometown is Columbus. Emma's parents are Alan and Kelly Paulson, and she is a member of the Astico Perseverance. And Emma has been in the dairy project now for 5 years. When asked what Emma's 1 to 2 most accomplishments that she's most proud of, is number 1, first placing with a winter yearling at Wisconsin State Fair, and second is her first place Jersey 2-year-old at the Wisconsin Jersey State Show. She would like to thank John Powers for taking me under his wing and helping me and letting me show his animals and house my animals at his farm. Some of Emma's career and college goals are to study dairy science at UW-Madison, and one asked Emma, what species are you least confident in showing this evening? And Emma said pigs. Let's give a warm welcome and congratulations to Emma Paulson for qualifying in the dairy project.
Our next participant is Brandon Boyd, who qualified in beef. He's 15 years old from Lebanon. His parents are Bruce and Rhonda, and he's part of the Lebanon Luckies and the Watertown FFA. He's been part of the beef project for 2 years. An accomplishment he has is winning champion intermediate showmanship last year. He would like to thank his dad and uncle for helping him raise his steers, his mom for hauling him to meetings, and other family and friends for helping him out. He hopes to go to college and do something in food or animal science. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be dairy, because last year in Supreme Showmanship, his dairy calf was very stubborn and fell over. Everybody please welcome Brandon.
We would like to welcome Ty Thorson, who qualified in the Sheep Project. Ty is 13 years old, and he is from Columbus. Ty's mom and dad are Alan and Heidi Thorson, and his 4-H chapter and his 4-H club is the Astico Perseverance, and he also belongs to the Columbus FFA, where he's had 7 years in the Sheep Project. When asked, Ty said one or two accomplishments that he's extremely proud of is having the champion Slick Shorn ewe at the Wisconsin State Fair Junior Show and having the champion purebred ewe. He would like to thank his mom and dad and his grandma and grandpa for helping him with the project. In the future, Ty would like to attend college and work towards becoming a basketball coach. And when asked tonight, Ty, which species he was least confident in showing, and he said dairy. A warm round of applause for Ty Thorson, who qualified in sheep this evening.
Our next participant is Matthew Guntz, who qualified in dairy. He's 17 years old from Hartford, and his parents are Dennis and Nikki. He's part of the Herman Hornets 4-H Club, and he has been a part of dairy for 9 years. Some of his accomplishments are having a 2-time All-American bred and honed heifer, and also winning reasons at the National Judging Contest, and being able to judge again at Louisville this fall after his 3rd place finish at the state contest. He would like to thank his parents for supporting him and being there for him and putting up with him. He would also like to thank the Nails family for giving him heifers to show and many new opportunities, also to everyone who has helped him become even more successful in the project. He'd like to become an ag lawyer and be a member of a collegiate judging team. Which species is he least confident in showing? And that's probably pigs, because they don't listen at all. Everybody welcome Matthew.
We'd like to welcome Serena Ferrix. She qualified in the Swine Project. Serena is 17 years old, and she is from Waupun. Her parents are Jeff and Jackie Ferrix, and her FFA chapter is the Waupun FFA. She has been in the Swine Project for 4 years. When asked, Serena said she is most proud of winning Grand Champion Senior Showman and Reserve Champion Senior Showman throughout the fair season this summer. She would like to thank her family for always encouraging her to do her best, but especially my boyfriend, sister, and my dad for always lending a helping hand. Some of Serena's career and college goals is she plans on going to a 4-year college next fall in pursuit of a degree in the agriculture industry. When asked tonight, Serena said that she is least confident in showing beef because they are so much larger than myself. Let's give a congratulations and welcoming Serena Ferrix from the Swine Project this evening.
Our next participant is Sarah Scalizzi, who qualified in dairy. She's 17 years old from Waterloo, and her parents are Kurt and Beth. She's part of the Waterloo FFA, and she's been a part of the dairy project for 5 years. A few of her accomplishments are winning junior champion 2 years in a row at the Dodge County Fair and being pulled out for calf showmanship at the Wisconsin State Fair. She would like to thank her parents, the Crave family, Mandy, and Travis for always giving her confidence and support in her at all her shows throughout the years. Some of her college or career goals is to major in agricultural business and marketing. And which species is she least confident in showing? And that would be pigs. Everybody welcome Sarah Scalizzi.
We would just like to give another thank you to our 2019 Supreme Showmanship sponsors. And again, without their support, this would not be possible. Culvers from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, United Cooperative from Beaver Dam, Doman Livestock Trucking, Becky Doman, Watertown, NASCO, Fort Atkinson, Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee, Compeer Financial, Beaver Dam, Alta Genetics, Watertown, Mary Pat Boschert family, Beaver Dam, the Richard Doman family from Watertown, Jan Phillips from Eustisford, Tractor Supply from Watertown, the Stephen Laurie Keel family from Juneau, Rose Hill South Downs, the Stephen Dawn Varick family from Juneau, the Wolfmere family from Sun Prairie, the Waupun FFA from Waupun, and Gary and Kim Alfig from Glenonau, Illinois. We'd like to thank you so much for helping make this possible this evening.
All right, pig people, we're done, so you can start using this time to make the transition. I don't know if anybody out there, but we have this really adorable lost little girl that's looking for her mommy. So anybody that's missing this adorable little girl, she's going to hang out up here for a few minutes, but she's looking for her mom. So if you're missing her, if you could come up here, we would appreciate you come up and get her.
Our next participant is Sawyer Pitterly, who qualified in dairy. He's 14 years old from Watertown, and his parents are Mark and Val. He's part of the Oak Grove Owls, and he's been part of the dairy project for 6 years. An accomplishment he has is placing first in showmanship and winning his spring calf in 2018. He would like to thank Mandy Sell and Zach Hankey for allowing him to show their animals. He wishes to learn more about the dairy industry and get more involved in the future as some of his college or career goals. And which species is he least confident in showing? And that would be beef, because they weigh like 10 times his size. Everybody welcome Sawyer Pitterly.
We're just finishing up tabulating here, so as soon as we get complete, we'll make the final rotation.
Our next participant we would like to welcome this evening is Tara Schultz. Tara qualified in the sheep area. She is 18 years old, and she is from Columbus, Wisconsin. Her parents are Keith and Anna Schultz. She is a member of the Astico Perseverance 4-H Club. She has been in the sheep project for 9 years. When asked, Tara said her one or two accomplishments that she's most proud of is receiving Reserve Champion Senior Showman and watching my brother grow his knowledge through the summer. And I would like to thank, who Tara would like to thank?
Her brothers, and everyone who has helped me along the way. Also, a huge shout out to the animal sales team for making this possible, and to Becky Billman, the amazing program wouldn't be without Becky, without her, it would not be possible. Big deal. And when Sarah graduates, she will graduate from NICC next spring with my degree in ag finance, and she will continue to work in ag. And when asked, Sarah said, what do you carry the least confidence in showing your parents why every year it was a struggle to console them. Well, congratulations, Sarah, and welcome this evening for qualifying in sheep. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Participant qualified in sheep. Samantha Salmi is 15 years old. She's from Reeseville, and her parents are Eric and Sandy. She's part of the Lakeside 4-H Club, and she's been part of this sheep project for 6 years. Some of her accomplishments is getting over some health issues and getting third in the sheep shearing contest. She would like to thank her older brother, Dylan, and he's been the one who got their family into showing. Some of her college or career goals is to become a vet tech or go to UW Platteville. Which species is she least confident in showing? That would be beef, because they're bigger than she is. Everybody please welcome Samantha Salmi.
We're going to swap out one dairy heifer that she just thinks she's had enough of the show for the night. So we're going to make one adjustment for our fourth and final rotation. Has everybody rotated to their last animal? Are we on our last? Are you guys ready? Okay, well, as soon as we get a dairy heifer in here, then we'll call time in. I would like to thank everybody for coming and supporting these youth. This has really become one of the most coveted events of the fair. Everybody looks forward to it. I can tell you one thing for sure. Our showmanship participation has went way overboard because everybody wants to get into this contest and have this opportunity. And that is a great thing to have that much enthusiasm and to see kids do great with their projects and learn and want to learn about other projects. That's what it's all about. I couldn't be happier with all these youth. They are hardworking and dedicated youth. They come in here, they help set up the ring, they help tear it down. It's part of their responsibility for having the privilege to do this evening. So why don't we go ahead and give each and every one of them a round of applause right now for their accomplishments in making it this far. Also, this wouldn't be possible with all the help that we have. We have several helpers in each ring. Andy Neff really takes charge in helping set this up, so thank you, Andy, for all you do for us. We have tons of people out back that are helping us move hogs, keeping them comfortable, cool, and watered, each set of hogs. We thank all them people. We thank the scorekeepers. I thank Dawn and Anna for doing the announcing tonight. We couldn't make this possible without the army of people that we do, so thank you, everybody, and have a round of applause for them, please. And we're going to call time in. This is the last and final rotation. Once these exhibitors complete this rotation, we let them take their animals back to the barn so they can get them put away, get them comfortable. Then everybody comes back here. By that time, we do a few comments, we do some tabulating, and we will have the results in the awards presentation. So with that, Dawn, I'll let you continue to read the final biographies.
We would like to welcome another participant from the sheep area, Miss Katie Schwanke, who is 17 years old, from Waupun. Her parents are Scott and Tricia Schwanke. Katie is a member of the Achievers 4-H and Waupun FFA. She has been active in the sheep project for 8 years. So we'd like to congratulate Katie on qualifying this evening. When asked, Katie said one or two accomplishments that she's extremely proud of is teaching younger youth to show lambs and winning showmanship at multiple county fairs. Katie would like to thank my mom for always being there to help and my Uncle Sean for always pushing me to work harder. Some of Katie's career and college goals would be to attend UW Green Bay with human biology major in hopes of a future anesthetics career. And what species is Katie least confident in showing this evening is she says that she's least confident in showing dairy because I do not like animals that are taller than me. Congratulations to Katie Schwanke for going ahead and qualifying in the sheep area. Let's make her feel welcome this evening. Give her a round of applause.
Our next participant, Avery Trani, who qualified in beef, is 16 years old. She's from Iron Ridge, and her parents are Matt and Kim. She's part of the Mayville FFA, and she's been part of the beef project for 4 years and sheep for 7 years. One of her accomplishments is beating several tough competitors in showmanship. She would like to thank her mom and dad for all the support and for the love, especially for the patience. I would not be here if it wasn't for them. She loves them very much. Some of her career goals is after high school, she plans to continue her education in the medical field as a massage therapist for sports. Which species is she least confident in showing? And that would be pigs, because in the past they've always gotten stuck in the corner and they're stubborn to get out. Everybody welcome Avery Trani.
We'd like to welcome our next exhibitor, Anton Benarski, who qualified in swine. Anton is 16 years old and he's from Watertown. His parents are Karen and Dennis. Anton is a member of the Dodgeland FFA, where he's been a swine member for 6 years. When asked, Anton said one or two accomplishments that he's extremely proud of is having a grand champion gilt during my first year showing. He would like to thank his parents for always keeping me going and supporting me all the way through. Some of the college goals that Anton has is that he is interested in the field of machine operations. When asked tonight which species is he least confident in showing, Anton said sheep, because they have a different showing style than the rest of the animals. Let's welcome Anton Benarski for qualifying in swine this evening.
Our next beef participant is Allison Roberts. She's 15 years old from Juneau. Her parents are Dave and Patty, and she's part of the Oak Grove Owls, and she's been part of the Beef Project for 5 years. Two of her accomplishments are continuing to show after her grandpa passed away 2 weeks before the first year she was showing, and teaching her younger cousins. A second accomplishment is becoming the top intermediate beef showman this past year. She would like to thank her parents and brother for their support and help, their grandma and grandpa Roberts for their support, her late grandpa for helping him in the very beginning, her grandpa Drager for supporting her and taking her to the farm when she needed, Steve Gentz for helping her pick out her cattle and housing them this past year, Ben Gentz for helping her with showing tips and tricks, Randy and Jill Drager for always helping her in the past years. Some of her college and career goals is she has got a lot of different ideas, but have not come to conclusion with a single one yet. Which species is she least confident in showing? And that would be sheep. Everybody welcome Allison.
Congratulations to our next participant, Lucas Knippel. He's 19 years old, and Lucas qualified in the swine area this evening. Lucas is from Juneau, and his parents are Dean and Lisa Knippel. He is a member of the Dodgeland FFA, and he has 8 years in the swine project. When asked, Lucas says that a couple of his accomplishments are, I have learned how to properly clip my pigs over the years. And he would like to thank his dad for filling in when I couldn't because I was working with my steer or when I was at my electrical job. Some of his career goals are, my goal is a career that would be one day to become a master electrician. And when asked, Lucas said the species that he's least confident in showing this evening is showing sheep because they are stupid. Well, congratulations to Lucas this evening for qualifying in the swine area. Give him a warm welcome.
Our next swine participant is Kelly Braun. She's 18 years old from Beaver Dam. Her parents are William and Julie, and she's part of the Beaver Dam FFA. She's been part of the swine project for 4 years. Some accomplishments are every year she's won a blue ribbon on her hog and making supreme showmanship with her pigs. She would like to thank Colin Keel for allowing her to pick out the hogs for the fair. In addition, she wants to thank her uncle for introducing her to the project and her mom and dad and sister for all the help they provide. Some of her college or career goals is she's going to the University of Wisconsin-Madison to major in dairy science and go to vet school afterwards. Which species is she least confident in showing? And that would be sheep, because she has the least amount of experience with them. Everybody please welcome Kelly Braun.
like to introduce you to our final participant this evening, Elizabeth Knippel, who is qualifying in the Swine Project. Elizabeth is 15 years old, her hometown is Kleiman, and her parents are Dean and Lisa Knippel. Elizabeth is a member of the Dodgeland FFA, where for 6 years she has participated in the Swine Project. When asked, Elizabeth said a couple of accomplishments that she's most proud of is I am proud of making the sale and placing in the top 2 with both of my pigs. And when asked who she would like to thank in her project, is she would like to thank her dad and brother for always helping me when I have questions. She would like to attend a 4-year college in the future, and when asked this evening, Elizabeth said, what species are you least confident in showing this evening is beef, because they are big and skittish. So welcome and congratulations to Elizabeth Knippel from the swine participant area, and give her our last round of applause for all our participants this evening.
Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, tonight would not be possible without them. Gary and Kim Alfeg, Culver's of Beaver Dam, United Cooperative of Beaver Dam, Doman Livestock Trucking of Watertown, NASCO and Fort Atkinson, Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee, Compeer Financial, Alta Genetics of Watertown, Mary Pat Boschert of Beaver Dam, Richard Doman Family of Watertown, Jan Phillips of Hustisford, Tractor Supply of Watertown, Keel Family in Juneau, Rose Hill South Downs of Juneau, Welcomer Family in Sun Prairie, and Waupun FFA. Thank you again for all the sponsors for tonight's showmanship.
We would like again to introduce and thank our judges this evening. We are extremely proud that we have 4 judges that all had their roots in Dodge County, from Juneau, from Fox Lake, from Iron Ridge, and they all came back, and we have 2 that actually won this contest, and they came back this evening to go ahead and judge the contest. So we'd like to thank them and just give you a little bit more information about our fantastic judges this evening. Our first judge far on the end is Kristen Bowe, and she is our swine judge this evening from Ottawa, Illinois. Kristen, along with her husband Mark, have 2 children, Braxton and Brindley, and her hometown was Juneau. She continued after 4-H and FFA here in Dodge County, being on many livestock judging and meats teams, and also going on to national contests. She went on to Iowa State University to go ahead and study animal science. She is currently with her husband Mark, the owner and operator of La Pryor Farms, where they sell and breed pork into Chicago and run 90 Angus and Flecky commercial cows and 50 Duroc and Hamp sows. They are also a grain farm operation. They are very active in 4-H and FFA livestock meat judging teams, and went on to the Iowa State Livestock Meats and Meat Evaluation team. And in the past, Kristen and her husband Mark have exhibited Duroc and Hamp breeding stock at the NSR exhibitions. She had the Reserve Division Duroc boar at the Indiana State Fair, the Champion Hamp Gilt at the Wisconsin State Fair. When asked, what does showmanship mean to you, Kristen? She said dedication, passion, and hard work. So let's again welcome and thank Mrs. Kristen Bowe for coming and judging our swine exhibitors and showmanship this evening.
We're almost nearing the end of our final rotation. Judges, let your group know when they're done so we can get these animals put back in the barns and comfortable. And then the exhibitors report back to the arena immediately, and we will have judges' comments and scores and prizes and awards. So I'm going to let Dawn and Anna finish up here with the last judges.
Our Our beef judge is Emily Schultz from Iron Ridge, Wisconsin. She currently lives in Manhattan, Kansas. She attended Black Hawk College in Illinois, and she currently attends Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas. She has formerly worked at Bar Star Cattle in Montana, as well as Hughes Pulled Herefords in Oakfield, Wisconsin. She has shown cattle for the last 11 years and is shown at multiple national shows, including Hereford Junior Nationals and World Beef Expo. She was the 2019 Reserve National Champion Meat Animal Evaluation Team at Kansas State, as well as being the 2016 and 7th Supreme Showmanship winner. What showmanship means to her is the most important aspect of showing. A good showman can make an average animal look great, and an average showman can make a good animal look mediocre. Everybody, please welcome and thank Emily Schultz for judging our beef tonight.
I would like to introduce and thank again Miss Kelly Varick from Lubbock, Texas. While growing up in Juneau, Wisconsin, Kelly was actively involved in 4-H and FFA, showing sheep and swine and participating in livestock and meats judging, where she was a member of 5 state champion teams. To continue her involvement, Kelly continued her education at Oklahoma State University, where she was a member of the 2014 Reserve National Champion Livestock Judging Team, a senior college All-American selection, and a member of the 2015 National Champion Meat Animal Eval Team. Then she pursued a master's degree in meat science at K-State and is currently completing her PhD at Texas Tech University in meat science and will graduate this spring. Kelly, along with her family, currently own and operate Rose Hill to South Downs in Juneau. Kelly says that what does showmanship mean to her? It's another chance to improve how my animals are trained and exhibited in a way for me to improve my skills. And Kelly was also our very first Supreme Livestock show person out of the first contest winner. So we'd like to thank and introduce Kelly one last time. Let's give her a warm round of applause. And I would like to also introduce you to our very last judge this evening, Miss Mara Booty. Mara is over here in the hardworking in the dairy ring. Mara is from Fox Lake, Wisconsin, and she is co-owner with her boyfriend Frank Bailing of Wild Weed, where they raise Holsteins and Jerseys. Mara currently is the Director of Communications for the Wisconsin State Holstein Association for the last 2 years. Previously, she was with Sassy Cow in Columbus with the sales and marketing, and she was the retail store manager. She has also showed Holsteins and Jerseys successfully at the Wisconsin Regional and State Shows, the World Dairy Expo, Walworth and Dodge County Open Dairy and Futurity classes. When asked, Mara said showmanship means to her the accumulation of hard work and dedication. Let's again introduce you to Mara Booty and give her a warm of applause.